Excellent. Caitlin, over to you then. Thank you.
Okay, let me figure out how to share my screen. Share. Okay, so if I can make... Cool, can you all see this? Okay, so I'm just gonna... Cool. Okay, so my name is Caitlin. I am a third year undergraduate geography student at Swansea University, and I'm also one of the student trustees and a project coordinator for Discovery SBS, which is a charity that operates within Swansea University, and we try to encourage students to come volunteer with our projects. So I'm here to just talk to you about a few things you can get involved with our projects. So we are a registered charity set up by students over 50 years ago now. We're student run and student led, meaning that we have students such as myself, trustees, who make all of the financial decisions, all of the decisions about what projects we're going to run. And then we're the ones who enact it and run all of these projects. So you have some really good opportunities to get some leadership experience and also experience working with a load of different people. And so we have around, so before the kind of coronavirus, we had about 35 different projects, face-to-face projects. And now we have about 10 virtual volunteering projects so that we can continue volunteering during the weird political time that we are in right now. And we have around 300 or so volunteers. So personally, I got involved with Discovery in my second year of university, where I joined my friend on a kind of give it a go week event. I found I really liked the charity and the kind of projects we were doing, and I became involved and became a project coordinator not so soon after. And I worked for our project called Aid Exchange, which is a project that works with people in nursing homes and care homes, and running arts and crafts projects and bingo nights, trying to get these people who don't see a lot of people a lot, getting them more involved with the community and feeling a bit more included. This year, in my third year, I became the project coordinator for a charity called Circus Eruption, which is a partner charity that we help out with. We get volunteers to go there and work with younger kids, a lot of them being disabled, and we help them gain confidence in their skills by teaching them like circus skills. So I learned a lot of juggling, I learned how to walk on stilts, all of these really cool opportunities. So how it helped me personally, and from my knowledge of what people look for, I feel like I've been able to develop leadership roles by interacting and running different projects. And I've also learned how to communicate with vastly different groups of people, because I've worked with both young people and old people, from disabled people to refugees. All of these different groups of people I've been able to get involved with and communicate and get to understand better. And it also, I can definitely say, it helps you feel more employable. Employers look for volunteering experience and the different skills you've been able to get from it. So when I applied for a year in industry, which I took a year out of my degree to go spend a year at the Environment Agency, I talked about my volunteering in my interview for that job, and that helped me get my placement. So how you can volunteer with us. So as I said, we have about 35 face-to-face projects, but obviously we can't run them at the moment. So we have about 10 virtual volunteering projects. These range from talking on the phone to our older people who are feeling a bit secluded because they don't have anyone to kind of talk to whilst they're being sheltered, to we have a sewing group. So we have a bunch of volunteers who are making scrubs and masks for the NHS. And these are all projects that you could get involved with. So if you want to get in touch with us, Here are all of our contact details. So you can either email us at discovery@swansea.ac.uk, or our website is www.discoverysbs.org. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we're always available to kind of chat. Okay.
Thank you so much for that, Caitlin. I have a couple of questions, if you wouldn't mind. So you were saying that you joined this in your second year.
Yes.
How many projects have you been involved with since then?
So I've run 2 projects, but I've also been involved with multiple other ones. So I've been involved, I volunteered in our buddied reading project. So I went to a primary school and I worked one-on-one with little kids, helping them bolster their reading skills. In my second year, I volunteered with a charity called Unity and Diversity, which is a refugee centre, and I was helping people who are coming into Swansea as refugees, helping them bolster their English skills and get them a bit more comfortable within the community. And this year, in my third year, I've been working a lot with Food Swansea, which is a massive, we run a community meal every month where we get all of these kind of older people, the ones that we're currently now phoning every once in a while to make sure they're okay. We usually bust them all in and we have a massive meal so they can get to talk to one another. So I work with a load of different projects.
Very varied. And how much time would somebody need to dedicate to be a volunteer?
So that's a really good thing about Discovery. The fact that it's student run and student led is that we know what it's like to be a student. You're not always going to have enough time in the week to get everything done. So with Discovery, you can volunteer 5 times a week, or you can volunteer once a month. It's really up to you. We ask volunteers to log their hours, and if they get, say, over 50 hours, they get an award. It works kind of like that.
Oh, nice.
So you can be very flexible with how you volunteer with us. So I pretty much constantly in the office because I really like the volunteering we do. So I log up a load of hours that way. But then I know people who want to do just say 2 hours a week, and they'll do it on a Tuesday night or a Thursday morning.
Okay, that's really good that it's so flexible.
It is very flexible, and it's also like you can say that you're a bit like available, but if something comes up, you're very much easily to say, "Oh, I can't come anymore," as long as you give some notice. We're very flexible, and we understand that student life is hard.
And so, what would the process be for getting set up as a volunteer? Is there a training program that's offered?
So, we have a volunteer database which is accessible through our website, and I believe our email. Like we'll get in contact with you how to set it up step by step. But we have a volunteer database, and then there is a start here training, which is a 2-hour-long training that we ask people to do. We ask people to do that. I believe we're running online sessions for it. So every 2 hours, and it just lays out the basics of what our charity is, what our aims and objectives are, how to be a good volunteer, what we're expecting from our volunteers, and we lay them all out. And then for some of our projects, we ask for a DBS check. But that's normally okay to get done. And then once you've done that, you're a full-fledged volunteer, and you can do whatever you want.
Oh, wow. And so, if you had to choose, what has been your favourite project that you've been part of?
Well, Circus, which I ran this year, is a very fun one because I got to learn a lot of different skills myself. Like I've never been able to juggle before, and now I'm able to kind of use those skills, but also work with like very small children or children who they just don't have the confidence in themselves because of disabilities or not the best social life. And we get to see them like, oh, I can do this. I can walk on a stilt. I can walk on a tightrope because I'm getting taught it. And the fact that they're doing a very different skill that not a lot of people get to do, really, you can see the improvement in self-confidence. That's probably my favorite one to work on. Although all of them have really fun times because all of the volunteers are so nice and friendly. You just have a laugh.
So presumably then the volunteers that you've got would come from all different subject areas, different countries as well. So it's a really good way to meet other students.
Oh, definitely. Like I've made some of my best friends in uni through Discovery rather than the course or like the people I lived with. Like I got into Discovery because my best friend was there, and I've made multiple friends since. So it's definitely a really good place to meet people if you're worried about that in university.
Amazing. So what would your advice be to someone who might be considering volunteering but maybe is a bit nervous about getting started? Have you got any sort of key things that you'd say to somebody?
Well, Discovery is a very friendly organization, a very welcoming organization. So during the academic year, we run a lot of Give It a Go weeks and taster sessions. We have fairs and we have all of these opportunities for you just to come speak to us and just try out volunteering. And if you like the stuff that we do, you can then sign up. But what I would definitely recommend Discovery to anyone, just for all of the skills you'll be able to make and develop in an environment where you don't feel like you're working because you're just having a lot of fun. So I would definitely say that if you're a little bit nervous about volunteering, email us or go to our Facebook where we're the most active, have message us saying that you're interested, and we'll be able to direct you and tell you what we're doing and how you can get involved.
Brilliant. That sounds great. Well, in that case, if anybody has any questions, by all means, come off mute or drop a question in the chat box and we can pick that up now. Otherwise, as Caitlin was saying, there is, of course, the email address and the various social media channels that you can get in contact with the team to find out more and hopefully get involved as well.
Yeah.
So does anyone have any burning questions that you would like to ask right now? If not, then I would like to say a very warm thank you to Caitlin for taking the time to talk to us all. It sounds really, really amazing. I know I've trained to be a staff volunteer, so I'm hoping to pick that back up once things start to return to normal. But maybe I should check out some of the online things that are going on, as that sounds.
Yeah, we're doing some cool things. So.
Brilliant. So thank you very much all. I will stop the recording now, and again this will be made available a little bit later on during